Okay, so we're going to start with page 98 in The World According to Humphrey. What did she say? Art whispered to Richie. Pay attention, Art, Mrs. Brisbane said. It's about a mouse. Several of the boys groaned. Baby stuff, one of them muttered. We'll see, Miss Brisbane told them. She started to read, and oh, what a tale it was. All about mice no bigger than I am, who were great warriors. I was longing to put on some armor myself by the time she stopped reading. Continued tomorrow, she announced as she stuck a bookmark in place and closed the book. Tomorrow? That woman truly has a mean streak. She's proved it again and again. I would have sneaked out of my cage at night to finish the book, but she's so mean. She stuck it in her desk drawer, the one she locked with a key. Grr. That weekend came around very quickly, though I went home with Richie. I'm still not quite sure how many people actually live at the Rinaldi's house, because there were always so many people coming and going. Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, neighbors. One meal seemed to flow right into the next, and Richie's mom was very generous with treats. I'll tell you one thing, you could never be lonely or hungry at the Rinaldi's house. On Sunday afternoon, guess who showed up? Remember Miss Richie's uncle? That's right, Aldo Amato. This time, my buddy Aldo was not lonely because he brought along his girlfriend Maria to meet the family. She was a very nice lady who wore her long hair piled up high on her head. She was dressed in bright red from head to toe. Red earrings, red sweater, red skirt, and red shoes. I think red is a very happy color. I think Maria is a very happy person, especially when she's with Aldo. All the Renattis make a big fuss over Maria and praise the bread and cookies she brought from the bakery where she worked. After all, the commotion of their arrival died down. I heard Aldo tell Maria, "Now there's someone really important I want you to meet." And he introduced her to me. Believe it or not, Humphrey is one of my best friends, he told her, and he's the very first friend I told you about. Then I'm honored to meet you, Humphrey, Maria said, smiling down at me. The pleasure is all mine, I squeaked. See, he likes you too, said Aldo, and indeed I did. The world seemed like a pretty nice place for a handsome young hamster like me, I can tell you. I was sitting on top of the world when I returned to room 26 on Monday, but I had just about toppled off when Miss Brisbane made an alarming announcement. Class, as you know, this will be a short week due to Thanksgiving, she said. And that means Humphrey will need a home for 4 days instead of 2. Now, who wants to volunteer? You won't believe what I'm going to say. Not one hand went up. I actually fell off my wheel. Miss Brisbane was surprised too. No one? She said. Heidi, didn't you want to take Humphrey home? Oh, yes, but we're going to my grandma's house for Thanksgiving, she explained. Art, didn't you want to take Humphrey home last week? Miss Brisbane asked. Yes, but we're having all my relatives for Thanksgiving, and Mom says it wouldn't be a good time, Art explained. So it went on. Every single classmate had big plans for Thanksgiving, plans that didn't include having an extra hamster around. I was worried. I didn't want to spend 4 days alone in room 26. I worried all day Monday. I worried all day Tuesday. I worried even more all day on Wednesday. At the end of the day, Principal Morales stopped by to give Mrs. Brisbane an envelope. I think it was her paycheck because she was especially glad to see him. I have a huge favor to ask, she said. Sure, Sue. What is it? Asked Principal Morales. He wore a tie with little turkeys all over it. Could you possibly take Humphrey home for the weekend? I had my paws crossed that he'd say yes. But Principal Morales didn't even smile. Oh, Sue, I'd love to, but we're going out of town for the holiday, he told her. Another time I'd love to. Another time wouldn't matter. I needed a place to go now. After the principal left, Mrs. Brisbane sighed and began gathering up her papers. Then she turned to me. Well, Humphrey, it looks like you're going home with me for Thanksgiving, she said grimly. My fate was sealed. I was going to the home of the woman who had once vowed to get rid of me for 4 whole days. And frankly, I was worried I'd never come back. Tip 12. If you must leave your hamster with a caretaker, make sure that it is someone you know and trust.